Can I get gas out of this thing? A little bit. Better than nothing. Just pull up a little bit closer to it. Go ahead and heal up while I'm at it. Just free up some space too. Let's see here. No, hold on, got a text. Jesus. Well, the worst case scenario is even if I don't make it back alive in one piece, it's really not going to do much. It's just going to be a bit of a pain having to fix up the car is all. Some sort of memorial I'm supposed to be looking at. I didn't see anything last time, though. That's the problem.
The Bigfoot mural! My personal favorite. Oh, did you see that, Francis? Oh boy, Francis, look! Look here, it's different from our sketch when we visited in '82.
It's all scrambled, but the shape seems familiar. If you tilt your head, doesn't that kind of look like Mount Olympus?
Oh, Francis, you flippin' genius! It absolutely is! Wait, let's look back at the first one. What's different there?
That shape right there, is that Hook Valley?
Holy smokes! Oh, wait, pull up all the topographical maps of the peninsula. If we look around the areas where you'd get that view of Mount Olympus...
See, Francis? I told you your basilizer would work.
I don't think this is the basilizer's doing.
Driver, we're on to something. Get to that third vision.
Driver, if you come across a mushroom like the one in the mural...
Do not eat it. No, no matter how tasty it might look.
You're speaking from personal experience. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty.
Oh, just thinking about it makes me want to puke all over again. You've probably passed the biogenerators by now. They're our source of power in the mid-zone, and one of the best demonstrations of renewable limb tech. Yes, these battery farms keep our lights on, but more importantly, they're also the only place in the entire zone where anomalized mushrooms grow.
And guess who turned out to be the world's biggest fan of those mushrooms?
Bigfoot itself. And the vision foretold its arrival in the zone.
It started when those pods hanging from the battery farms were found chewed up. At first, they blamed it on the local wildlife. This was back when we used to have some. Then, the sightings of 10-foot-tall creatures started. That didn't attract much attention on their own.
Not until the first footprints were found. The Olympic Peninsula has always had a collection of Bigfoot sightings.
But they were rare until Bigfoot had its first taste of the anomalized mushrooms. Then it couldn't stay away. And that's when the Squatches came knocking. They jumped the walls, set up camp, and they got to investigating. Once they learned of the Sasquatch's appetite for these mushrooms, they cultivated entire farms of the stuff.
For months, they propagated mushrooms and set traps. And for months, evidence mounted that Sasquatch was making its rounds and evading those traps. Until one night, the experts disappeared.
Bigfoot got them, no question.
Come on, all 8 at once? How is that possible?
Never get in the way of a hungry Sasquatch. So about that last vision.
No, I'm telling you, the helmsman never made it out of the zone. He died here.
Not this again. I still don't know why you're so convinced they existed in the first place.
Driver, back me up here. This is how the story goes. It was the winter of '72. A ship set sail down the Columbia River 100 miles east of here. The helmsman was overcome by bad weather, and while in a particularly foggy patch, the boat hit something, and the impact threw him from the deck. When he woke up, he was on a boat on this very lake, smack in the middle of the zone, with no idea how he got there. He had with him a ridiculous amount of cash and paid anyone and everyone to get him out of the zone. But no matter how he tried to leave, on foot, in a transport, he would always head into a fog and reemerge on another boat. At last count,
The great pileup was 20 boats high and 30 boats wide.
A limb duplication glitch, nothing more.
And you, of all people, blaming Limb Tech instead of a good old-fashioned mystery?
It doesn't add up. Artist's favorite pastime was carting people out of the zone. How could someone actually fail to escape? And a mysterious man with a backpack full of cash, and the one place he can't spend it. Seems awfully fishy to me.
Should probably spend more time exploring, trying to find some supplies to fix my car up, but at this point I think it's pretty much pointless.
The Great Pile-Up. You know, if you catch the mural at the right angle, when the moon is right overhead, you can spot the helmsman's body in one of the boats.
No chance. It's a paint smudge, nothing more.
Believe me, it's true. I've seen it.
Oh, bingo!
See that pattern in the last mural? That flower only grows above a certain elevation. Put the 3 locations together, and you've got a square mile in the northeast corner of the deep zone. Huh. The visions were pointing towards something the entire time.
Hey, Uppy, you can stop pretending to ignore us now. Take a look at this. Fine work. We've pinned down the location for the source of the mass hallucination. That's where the driver needs to go.
Well, what do you know?
Well, I knew the basilizer worked. What did I tell you, huh?
He still doesn't know, Francis.
Know what? Uppy?
Not my story to share.
Ooh. Somebody's withholding information.
theory. And that vassalizer, they're illegitimate.
Wait, what are you saying?
I built that device to prove my imprint theory, and it was on the verge of getting the results I needed. But my research funding was running out. So, I forged the data. Not much, just enough to justify more time. I was so close. I knew the breakthrough was right around the corner. But Ara found out. That's why I was reassigned and my clearance revoked.
Wait, you told me you changed labs voluntarily.
8 years of research with nothing to show for it, and then for that to happen, I couldn't face you.
That doesn't mean your theory's wrong. I still think there's something to it. There's a common thread with some of the remnant stories, like the telephone switchboard, the ones that seem to recall the past somehow. Maybe the remnants access those inputs, write them like a needle in the groove of a record.
Vehicle protection no longer compromised.
Interesting thing about that deep zone area you identified. I ran every coordinate in that area through the ARDA database, and what turns up? But access logs with entry records for Dr. K up through March 1963.
What? No, the doctor died in 1961, in the lab accident.
So we were told. Then, I found access logs for both that deep zone site and Red Meadow. Years and years worth of activity.
Red Meadow Research Facility? But it was demolished the same year, after the structural damage caused by the... lied about that too, didn't they?
It appears so. The driver should give the Red Meadow ruins a visit. If Dr. K didn't die that day, I'd like to know what was keeping him so busy.
So would I, but... do we have time for this? We don't know how long the driver's got with that remnant.
And that's why we need this information. Whatever Dr. K was doing relates to all of this. It may be the key to what lies at the end of the road for the driver.
I... agree with you. God, I hate saying that.
Driver, I've marked the Red Meadow facility on your route planner. Head there whenever you're ready.
Well, I made it. Somehow, someway I made it. Boy, it was not easy. So this fax machine keeps giving me like weird like transmissions. If you're looking for a sign to push on through the adversity, this is it. Yeah, thanks. Helpful. So we're going to see what we can actually upgrade now. That locker's pretty much full. So is that one. I do have one more locker I did upgrade, but it is sitting right here. Right outside. Because that's super convenient. I'm definitely going to need a bigger gas tank, that's for sure. Probably gonna have to try and make as much putty as I can and start carrying that along if I can't make the repair blowtorch. Okay, let's see what else was I doing here. Check and make sure I got everything that I can out. Yeah, like I said, this game is still very much a challenge, even when it fucking repairs the car when I get back. I mean, I guess maybe I could have been a little bit better prepared. If I had brought some repair putty along, then it wouldn't have been so bad. I think a bigger gas tank. Oh, you know what? Did it give me my bumper? No, it didn't. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see. What can we make? I wonder if I should just go ahead and make the advanced workbench. Carbon fiber glass. Let's see here. Plasma scrapper. Blowtorch. I think this is what I'm going to make first. Let's see if this is better than... Hopefully better than freaking putty. I mean, maybe the resources for it are... marsh eggs. Oh my god. Ha! Well, those are certainly more abundant. And everything else is perfectly fine too. So that's not terrible. Honestly, that would be considerably better for the mid-zone. So, not terrible. And it usually, I think, it'll last a little bit longer too. Junction recent. Still gotta find thermosap crystals though, that is what's bothering me. The powerful immense focus beam. Not sure I care too much about headlights. Let's see here. I think this is what I really need to concentrate on is making something a lot more powerful. Let's see here. See, I don't know what I want to do. I could go with the armored stuff. It is impact and explosion resistant, but the problem is that it's not electrically, it's not insulated. So what happens when I run through electricity? And for whatever reason, it actually has lower health than the insulated doors do. But it is more impact resistant. Oh boy. Trunk in the trunk, junk in the trunk. Side fuel tank. That's what we might end up having to do. Let's just go ahead and do this. See, it's getting to a point where I need a higher tier. I need to increase the workbench. High capacity battery. Not too worried about that right now. This battery's fine. What about this? See, I don't know like what good a resource radar would do. And this right here looks like it would actually create a shield around the car, but I need an advanced workbench and to scan hot dust. Let's see. I think I know what I need to do next time. It's just make seal kits and lots of freaking putty. Okay, I'm just curious as to see what the map looks like. Oh, hey, look at that. Now we gotta go up here. Okay, well, that's not terrible. Dead end. You know what? I think now we need thermosep crystals. I'm so much worried about this yet. Yeah, so I'm probably going to call it here until I figure out what to do. See you in the next one.